Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, the shadow knows. I don't even know who that Epstein guy is. Why did you bring him up? Hello, my little bitches, it's me, the Trumptacular, and today I'm watching The Shadow starring the not very good-looking or talented Alec Baldwin. We start the movie in Tibet. They're growing opium, very useful thing, opium. A lot of great medicines you can make from it. Make a note, get into the opium business. At a fortress, some bad people have captured James Hong. If you don't know who James Hong is, just watch any TV show or movie made in the last 70 years. He's probably in there somewhere, except Star Trek or Star Wars. I guess they just don't like Chinese people in space. James Hong is angry because the head bad guy, Yingko, is being a greedy bastard with the opium. Very unfair. Everyone should get a shot at selling drugs if they want it. We find out from a little old guy named Wu that James Hong has killed a few people, and he said he'll kill more. I know you're angry, James Hong, but there's no need for violence. You're an actor, do better. We finally get to see Yingko, and it's Alec Baldwin. Yingko isn't a white guy named Nice Cultural Appropriation Baldwin. You sicken me. He looks like crap, too. His hair is long and greasy, he hasn't shaved, he's sweaty, and his fingernails obviously haven't been clipped in a long time. How does he wipe his ass with those? Very unhygienic. Does he accidentally give himself a vasectomy every time he scratches his balls? Yingko tells his men to kill James Hong, so James Hong takes Wu hostage. Calm it down, guys, let's talk this out. Yingko says Wu has been like a father to him and then tells his men to shoot through him. Poor Wu, we hardly knew ye. I should be careful around my kids. I've been like a father to them. I don't want them getting ideas. That night, Yingko wakes up in bed just long enough to get knocked the F out. Why didn't the guy just knock him out while he was asleep? I think he wanted Yingko to feel it. He deserves it too. The blood of Wu is on your hands, you bastard. The next day, Yingko and the guy who whooped his bitch ass with one punch arrive at a temple to meet some guy called the Toku. Inside is decorated very tastefully, not too showy at all. We meet the Toku, a little bald guy. To quote the late great Terry Pratchett, do not act incautiously when confronting a little bald, wrinkly, smiling man. The guy is little bald and smiling, but he's not wrinkly. I think it still counts. He's Asian too. I think that adds bonus points to his character stats. We find out Yinko's real name is Lemon Cranston, which sounds like something you'd put on your toast. Make a note, idea for a new spread, Cranston Lemon Spread. The Toku tells Lemon he wants to make him less of a dick and teach him superpowers, but Lemon wants no part of it. I'd consider it just for the superpowers, but I don't like the helping people part. Lemon gets pissy and grabs a knife. Only the knife is alive and it flies around. It's terrifying and adorable at the same time, like an angry pigeon that tries to stab you. The knife stabs Lemon in the leg and he screams like a wuss. Guess he's not the big bad tough guy he thinks he is. The Toka calls the knife back to him and Lemon submits. Of course he did. You don't screw with people who can control flying knives. It's just common sense. We learn from reading that it's 7 years later in New York. Lemon now has the power to cloud men's minds, whatever the hell that means, and he can make himself invisible except for his shadow. A lot of people don't know this, but that's why he's called the Shadow. Very clever stuff. It's a real head scratcher. On a bridge, some mob guys are dumping a guy in cement shoes off a bridge. Not a nice way to kill someone, kind of dumb too. If the police find the body, what are they supposed to think? He accidentally encased his feet in cement, waited for it to dry, and then accidentally fell off a bridge. Use your brains, guys. We hear a spooky laugh, and an even spookier voice says the guy in charge, Duke, murdered a cop. Obviously, this Duke guy is an Antifa terrorist. Duke starts firing his gun wildly like an infant with a super soaker. When he's done, he's very smug. Even though there's no visible evidence he achieved anything, a ghost man beats the crap out of Duke, and the other two mob guys just stand there watching. like a couple of spare dicks at a lesbian orgy. Ghostman hangs Duke over the side of the bridge. Very scary. I bet his underwear is full right now. Ghostman tells Duke he has to confess to killing the cop and heavily implies he's going to murder Duke if he doesn't. Duke agrees. I'd agree too. Doesn't mean you actually have to do it. Ghostman smashes Duke's face through a car windshield. Silly Ghostman, how's he supposed to confess with a broken face? We hear some more spooky laughing and Ghostman shows himself. It's the Shadow? What an entrance, just standing there, Ara farming after wrecking a guy. The two other mob guys run away and the Shadow frees the about to be murdered guy. He even gives the guy a ride home, which is very nice of him. Full-service superhero. We find out the guy is Dr. Roy Tam, and he's some kind of science person. The Shadow says he owns Dr. Tam's life now because he saved him. There's a lot easier ways to own someone's life. You can just buy them. I know a guy, I'll hook you up. The Shadow wants Dr. Tam to be an agent and even gives him a cool code phrase. The sun is shining, but the ice is slippery. I'm not doing it right. It sounds way cooler the way he says it. Dr. Tam asks how the Shadow knows so much, and we get the famous catchphrase. The Shadow knows. Again, I can't do the voice. I'm not a voice guy. The Shadow does his crazy, spooky laugh again. That guy's got a weird sense of humor. When they arrive, the Shadow's driver, Mo, gives Dr. Tam a secret decoder ring and tells him to never take it off. Not even in the shower or during masturbation. Afterwards, the Shadow goes back to being Lemon and says he wants to go to the Cobalt Club. Who doesn't want to roll up in the club after a night of fisticuffs? The Cobalt Club is a swanky place. I tried to get a membership, but they said I couldn't have one because the club is fictional. I don't buy that. I think it's an Obama conspiracy to stop me having fun. At the club, Lemon has got all dressed up. He looks a lot better now. Still a face for radio. Lemon meets his Uncle Wainwright, who's the top cop in charge. Wainwright gives Lemon guff about his personal life. Mind your own damn business, Wainwright, you nosy bastard. We find out the police are after the Shadow. Just tell him you're the Shadow, Lemon. You're rich, they can't arrest you if you're rich. Wainwright says he's going to create a task force to go after the Shadow. So Lemon uses mind control to get him not to. Everything gets dark and he uses his spooky voice again. I wonder if I could do that. Let me try. You're not going to release the Epstein files. There are no Epstein files. What were we talking about? The Epstein files, I don't know what that is, but it sounds like something that should be kept secret. Lemon sees an attractive lady and asks Wainwright who she is. He says she's Margot Lane and she's batshit crazy. Lemon introduces himself to her. He reads her mind and says he wants Chinese food because she does. Very sneaky Lemon, using your mind powers to pick up women. They decide to go for food. Not very smart. Margot, he could be someone scary like a serial killer or minority succeeding in life. At dinner, we find out Margot is psychic. Lemon seems bothered by it. I think he's a jealous little bitch because she was born with psychic powers and he had to spend 7 years at Psychic Powers University to get his... He takes her home and says he found the date stimulating. What a weird thing to say. Lemon, you robot. Lemon tells Mo it's too dangerous for him to see her again. Don't be a pussy, Lemon. You're lucky one woman is attracted to you with looks like yours. Later on, at home, Lemon is snoozing in front of a fire. A scary face comes out of the fire and laughs at him. He wakes up and says someone's coming. Couldn't they have sent a letter or made a phone call? Scary fire face seems very dramatic. At a museum, they get an unscheduled coffin delivery. 2 museum guys. I'll call them Museum Guy 1 and Museum Guy 2. And a security guard are nosing about it. Museum Guy 1 has to explain everything to Museum Guy 2. Like he's a child. He doesn't know anything. How did he even get a job at a museum? I would have fired him after the first day. Museum Guy 1 says the coffin is made of silver, not too flashy. Mine is made out of gold, but it's all down to personal taste. But mine is better. Some writing on the coffin says it belongs to Temujin. Obviously, it's common knowledge that Temujin is the birth name of Genghis Khan, one of my all-time favorite conquerors. The museum guys leave to make a phone call. and the security guard goes about his tunelessly whistling duties. The coffin starts to shake and rattle and doing all manner of things a coffin isn't supposed to do. It opens up and there is an alive guy inside, instead of the dead guy that was supposed to be in there. The alive guy takes off his mask and mind controls the security guard into shooting himself. Why couldn't he just mind control him to forget and just leave? What did Mr. Neelix ever do to you? You bastard. In a lab, in a federal building, we meet Dr. Reinhardt Lane, played by Magneto, and Farley Claymore, played by charismatic Goblin Man Tim Curry. I first saw Tim Curry in a movie years ago. He was dressed like a woman, and when I found out he was a man, I was left confused and a little heartbroken. Out in the hallway, Margot comes in, and Farley tries to hit on her. She's not having any of it and gives him the business. I don't blame her. The guy's a smarmy little turd. Margot goes into the lab to see her dad, Dr. Magneto. Is that why she has psychic powers? Because her dad is Magneto? Is she a mutant? Will she join the X-Men or become a villain like her old man? They have a boring conversation about feelings and whether psychic powers are real. Who is this conversation for? For the purpose of this movie, we know psychic powers are real. We've seen 3 guys using them. You're just beating us over the head with the concept at this point. Get your shit together, guys. We find out Dr. Magneto is colorblind and absent-minded. Maybe that's why he hasn't been able to conquer the world for mutant kind yet. Can't take over the planet if you haven't got your brain in line. The next day, the police are investigating the museum. One of the cops, he's got a shadow secret decoder ring too, goes into another building and puts a letter in a tube. The letter whooshes all over the city. It's like a theme park ride without the fun part, just the feeling dizzy and wanting to throw up part. The letter ends up with another guy with a ring and he lights up Lemon's ring. I didn't know they lit up too. Can I have one, pretty please? I promise to eat all my veggies if you let me have one. Mo shows up at Lemon's house, and Lemon tells Mo to take him to the Sanctum. You just know a place called the Sanctum has some really cool stuff in it. It even has a secret entrance in an alley. How great is that? Inside it just looks like some rich guy library with a fancy computer. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice. It's just if you hear about a place called the Sanctum, you expect at least some mystic symbols on the walls. Very disappointing. Lemon talks to a guy on his computer about the museum murder. The alive coffin guy from the museum shows up and introduces himself as Yuan Khan, last descendant of Genghis Khan. Yeah, you and a few million other people, my guy, you're not special. Khan admits to having a full-on man crush on Lemon. They chat about villainy and ties, and Khan says he wants to conquer the world and wants Lemon to join him. It's not outright gay, but there's definitely a vibe. Lemon doesn't want to, though. I don't blame him. Trying to conquer one country is a pain in the ass, and everybody hates you. Khan flips Lemon a coin, and Lemon pulls out a secret compartment gun. I'm not impressed. I've got so many secret compartments, I lost track of them all. I had to hire a guy to find them. The coin blows in Lemon's hand. I'm not a scientist, but even I know you shouldn't hold glowing metal, and definitely don't put it in your pocket unless you want to form sperm. Later on, Lemon goes to see Dr. Tam to get the coin looked at. Dr. Tam says the coin is made of bronzium. I Googled it, and there's no such thing as bronzium. Movies are such bullshit. Dr. Tam says it could be used to make a really big bomb. I should get my guys on that. We'll find a workaround for the bronzium not being real thing. Dr. Tam draws a picture of what it could look like. It's not a very good picture. I could do better. He says it doesn't exist. I bet he'd feel pretty dumb if he could see the next scene where Dr. Magneto is building one. On that shocking and dramatic revelation, we'll end the video. My chicken nuggies are getting cold. Come back soon for part 2. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then please share it with your friends. If you didn't enjoy this video, then share it with your enemies to spite them. And don't forget to like and subscribe.